Hi, I'm Caden.
I'm Lindsay.
And we're Adventures with a Stormtrooper. Clearly, we're hanging out in our float today. We're at the Shanty Days Parade in Algoma, and it's August 14th, 2022. And we're ready to rock this. We're going to start by, we'll show you how we made the float. So as promised, we're going to show you how we put together our float. First, we started off by cleaning up the float. And then with last year, this is the same float we used last year, so we had special attachments already pre-cut and built. So we put two corner edges on the float. They're made out of 3/4 inch plywood. We were gonna have them initially for if you have more people could sit there if they needed to. And then the two railings are just made out of some 2x4s and 1x1s. Then on the corner, you see that box. That's eventually where BB-8's gonna go. Just this is a couple weeks before the parade, so we're just cleaning up everything. And now I'm putting together the pork basket that I found out of an old basket my mom had. I'm just cleaning it up, tying it all back together because it kind of fell apart. And then the porgs are gonna rest in that nest things right there. And that's what the initial look of our rustic build is here. They look pretty cute, don't they? So now we finally made it to the start of the day of the parade. And we're putting everything on, attaching it so it's all secure. We've got our 501st signs, Wisconsin Garrison signs with the website on it, which is www.wisconsingarrison.com for either side of the float. And then you see me with the black box, and I'm just taping BB-8 on. He screws into that board so he doesn't move. During transit, we gotta take his head off, otherwise his head will go rolling down the highway, and that wouldn't be good. Dio is a new add to the float this year. He's just gonna sit there. We're trying to figure out how to put him on. A little duct tape and a zip tie and did wonders for him. It does truly take a team, though, to put these floats together. You can see my mom, and then Lindsay and I, and then my grandma also help too. So these type of events really take a team effort, and it's not just one person. In the corner of the garage, you'll see the 709 flag. We got that at Galaxy's Edge in Disney World. You can also buy it at Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland. It's in the First Order cargo shop. They still sell it on Shop Disney. They're currently sold out right now, but they'll come back in stock. Another new add to the float this year is the Stormtrooper. He's actually a Halloween candy holder, and he sits in our house holding Grogu, and I just thought it was kind of cool. All the kids really love Grogu, so we stick him on the float every year because they get a huge kick. Sometimes they're more excited to see that stuffed animal of Grogu than they are to see us, which kind of stinks, but it's a fact of life. Grogu is hard to compete with. The porgs that I showed you earlier that I was making that basket all put together, they're a new addition to the float too. And then Lenny, our monkey lizard, he was on the float last year. He's just kind of cute there. I don't know if many people know what he is, but he's cool. First look at the trailer. Looking pretty good. The flags go on the back and those silver poles. Then we got our Stormtrooper, captured Grogu. Way to go, buddy. Someone's got to get him. Then Dio and BB-8. And then we got my porgs. This Captain Phasma's the defender of porgs, or at least I am. And then this is Lenny, our monkey lizard. He's very important. This is how much space Kylo Ren takes up. This is how much space Captain Phasma takes up. So clearly, Phasma's more important, right? We won't ask Kylo's opinion. We'll just go with that.
Clearly, Kylo is superior.
Why are you superior?
Because I fit in a small tote.
No.
Yeah.
No, if you're superior, you're allowed to take up as much space as you want because you were the most important.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Well, You're gonna lose because I'm editing the video.
Yeah, well, you're a drama queen.
You know it. Alright, finally time to get suited up and get ready for the parade. When we have Kylo and Phasma, I always need my mom is the one that helps us both get dressed, because Lindsay and I usually help each other get dressed, but when we have Phasma and Kylo, it's nearly impossible. We've done it once for a movie premiere for Rise of Skywalker, and it literally took us an hour to get dressed. It was like the slowest process ever. So now when we bring Phasma and Kylo anywhere, we take my mom with. This is actually inside my mom's house. She lives in the city that Algoma, the city that the parade was in, so we just used her house as like the home base, so we didn't have to change in a parking lot, because it's such a pain with these costumes. They take up so much space. So it was nice of her to let us take over her whole entire living room with all of our stuff. Now it's Kylo's turn to get dressed. I don't think a lot of people realize how many layers there is to that costume. First is the sleeve shirt with the pleated sleeves, the under tunic that matches the sleeves, and then the surcoat on top. And then there's also a midcoat that Lindsay doesn't wear. And then this is the cowl. Lindsay, watch out for this here. We may look fearsome, but we can't see crap. Now I went from Trooper Cam to Phasma Cam. Kylo, why are you in my shot? I'm talking to you. Why are you in my shot?
Because I'm your boss.
Are you, though?
Yep. Which one goes where?
We made it to our parade spot. We have to travel in the back of the trailer, so it takes us quite a long time to get here. Right, Lindsay?
Right.
So it's a little stop and go. We didn't film any of that. Maybe we'll film it on the way back if I got battery. I wanted to make sure I saved for the parade itself. It makes it a little hard for me to control the camera. My mom has to control everything because I can't grab anything, and Lindsay's got gloves on too, so it makes it difficult. But we can show you, take a tour of our float. We got BB, we captured BB and Dio, and then Kylo, fearsome Kylo, grumpy Kylo. We caught that Grogu they've been looking for. Mando's not gonna be happy about that. Then this is Lenny, our monkey lizard here. Lenny gets to hang out with me. We got him on the planet of Batuu. And then because I'm Captain Phasma, defender of porgs, I got all my porgs with me today. This is Captain. And then Captain's got his juniors. That's our tour. We're having lots of fun. It's only 60 degrees today, so it's not hot. Right?
Yeah.
Last year it was 80 and we roasted to death, so this is perfect weather for the Captain and Kylo. Alright, let's have some fun. These are the faces you get when the dark side gets in direct sunlight. He's mad enough to force choke any officer that walks in front of him right now.
Yep.
We're bad to the bone. Oh my gosh, I can't turn it off. Kylo, help! Help me, Kylo! Use the Force. And the parade is finally getting started. It's always exciting once the parade starts because you wait for like 30 minutes, and this is all in, I'm filming the GoPro in warp time, so it's at 10 speed, so it's 10 times faster than a normal camera will film. Otherwise this would be really boring because you'd have to sit through the entire parade. But it's kind of a fun view. I put the GoPro on the top of the back of the hatchback of my grandma's car. And then you can kind of see what it's like to ride on the float. It's always interesting to see how people react to your costumes, because it's kind of like they're staring at you, you're staring at them. It's like a floating stage. suppose that's probably why they call it a float. It's always interesting to see the reactions of people. Even people that don't like Star Wars, you hear, "Wow, that's awesome." The little kids are always the best. Some of them want to run up to the float. I wish we had candy, but throwing candy in Kylo and Phasma is not an ideal situation there. You'd see a lot of missteps there. I do like fist bumps. Those were the only fist bumps of the parade. We had a little momentary stop-start there. We do have music playing in our float right behind the tongue. We can kind of see the zip ties in front of the upright there. We have a little speaker. It wasn't loud enough because of that tractor behind us. You could barely hear it. Like, I could barely hear it, so it was probably pointless, but we did have it. It's just a smaller speaker. Our big speaker, rest in peace, it passed away after 8 years of hard work, so can't ask for more than that. So last year's sound was much better, but we did what we could on a budget. Now we're coming down to the Shanty Days, the festival. You can see the festival off to the left-hand side of the screen. That's the craft floats that they have for the festival. And then we're going to take a turn, and then you'll see downtown Algoma. If you have to drive through Algoma during the Shanty Days parade, you are tough out of luck, because we are going right down the main highway in Algoma right now. So they reroute for this parade around the whole city of Algoma, which isn't a very big city, but it's still a pain. The Shanty Days parade is one of the largest parades in Wisconsin, fun fact. And this is like the last leg. You'll see off to the side, we actually get judged for our floats. We didn't win anything this year. A couple years ago in 2019, we took first place, which was kind of cool. That was the first year that we were in this parade. And this is, we're actually finishing up the parade route now. And we're almost done, and then we're done. Wave to the police officer there. And then off to the right here, that's the other paid entry point for the Shanty Days Festival. Now we have to drive all the way around because the rest of the parade's kind of finishing up. So Mom's asking us if we're okay, make sure we're all good, and she's going to have to drive all the way out and around to get home. So I left the camera running because I thought, oh, why not? How often do you get to travel down the highway standing in a float? You can see Lake Michigan in the background there. Algoma's a beautiful town, right on the lake shore. I didn't even realize that tractor was still following us for the parade. That tractor has been following us for a long time. We were all holding up traffic because this is Highway 54, so this is one of the main lead-ins to town. So us having to go kind of slow really clogs up traffic. Now you get the outer scenery tour of Algoma, and you'll actually see me stop right next to a police car and we wave. You know how many traffic laws we broke by riding in the back of this float? A lot. You know how many police officers we passed and waved to? 4. 1 state trooper, a sheriff, and 2 patrol cars. And they all waved to us. Gotta love the exception you get for being a Star Wars character in a float. And you can apparently break traffic laws. I don't know if I'd try that on not a parade day, but we definitely got away with it today. That did come through my mind several times about how many times we were breaking traffic laws. Funny things you think of when you have time to stand there and wave to people. And now we're just making it up the hill and almost home. And this is my mom's street here. We kind of get a pretty tour of the town. And this is it, and we're home. I hope you enjoyed watching us on the Shanty Day Parade and watching us make our beautiful float. Tell us what you think and see if we need to improve for next year. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Bye!